Kurinji Senior Secondary School, CBSE, Namakkal.
Successful result producing school in state every year.
Administered by the Board of Directors with over 35 years of experience in the teaching field.
Special attention on art, craft, music, dance, silambam, yoga, skating and karate.
Focus on Hindi Sabha and Spell Bee Olympiad exams.
Smart class for effective and innovative learning and well-furnished library.
Solitary importance on sports and games in state and national level.
WhatsApp facilities to know activities of students and school inside the campus.
Free bus for LKG to 8th standard.
Free, hygienic and nutritious food.
NEET, JEE, IIT coaching experts from Rajasthan and Andhra Pradesh along with our effective teachers.
Admission registration for classes LKG to +2.
Kurinji Education Institution, Kavetipatti, Namakkal. Admission in progress. CBSE, KG to 12, contact 9025895176. Metric 6 to 12, contact 9344567484. For online admission, log on to www.kurinjischoolnkl.in.
Our next continued topic is projectile motion. Projectile motion. Okay, right. So, projectile motion is a two-dimensional motion of an object. Projectile motion is two-dimensional motion for an object, right? So, object may be whatever it is not the thing, but when it is moving, when it has two-dimensional motion, right? For example, when you are going to kick a football, I hope you are imagining properly. So, it will be like this now. It will be like this, right? So, projectile motion is a two-dimensional motion. Our board is the best example, right? We need not to go anywhere. Our board is the best example because board is a plane, right? So, plane is a two-dimensional thing, right? So, that it is not a problem. So, for example, here is a football, right? So, somebody came and kicked that football, then what will happen? It goes like this now. So, it is the projectile motion, right? I will explain you why actually it is a two-dimensional motion, right? Actually, now we are in a discussion about two-dimensional motion, right? But I am calling it as projectile motion. I will tell you first what is projectile. What is projectile? Okay, see here, an object that is in flight after being thrown or projected. An object that is in flight after being thrown or projected is called projectile. Okay, right. So, you just have to understand, have to observe carefully each and every word from this definition, from this statement, right? See here, object that is in flight means in air, after being thrown or projected, is called a projectile. Okay, right. So, see here, whenever you are going to throw an object, for example, you are going to take a stone and throwing vertically upwards, then what will happen? It goes like this. At particular instant of time, its velocity becomes 0, then it comes down. Okay. So, when it is going up and when it is coming down, here itself the object what you thrown upward direction is said to be a projectile, and moreover it is called as vertically projected up body. Okay, right. Similarly, if you see here, this is like generally we used to take a catch of ball, right? So, ball catch from one person to another person, then you can see the situation, right? So, here a person is standing, right? Here another person is standing, right? So, that you can see that when this person throws a ball, right, then this person will catch, right? So, it is also the projectile, but it is called as oblique projectile, oblique projectile. Okay. So, it is oblique projectile. Okay, ma? That is why what I am saying is not only vertically projected up body, if your body comes from like this, so it is the best, this you can say that kicking a football. Similarly, you can also say that cricket ball, you can also say that a baseball, you can also say that a baseball or any other object. Suppose you can take stone also, no problem. So, here path is important, here path is important, that path covers two dimensions, right. For example, a bus is moving like this, this is what? Translatory motion. So, motion in a straight line. For example, a stone is moving like this is what? Motion in a straight line, but it is motion in vertical direction. Suppose if an object is moving like this, so this is not horizontal, it is not vertical, it covers both. For example, this is the starting point of an object and this is the ending point of an object, and the object comes from here to there like this, right. So, when it comes from here to there like this is the horizontal distance covered and this is the vertical distance covered. So, when an object comes from here to there in this manner, it is said to be the object is in two-dimensional motion. The object is in two-dimensional motion. It has motion along x-axis. It is also having motion along y-axis, right. So, that is the explanation for two-dimensional motion, right. So, along with understanding of two-dimensional motion, we have to understand projectile also, right. So, projectile means we should not feel that it is a different word, right. So, projectile is nothing but a football, projectile is nothing but a cricket ball, projectile is nothing but a stone, but when stone is in your hand, it is a stone. When you are going to throw a stone like this, see the light, ma, see the light. When you are going to throw a stone like this, then what will happen? It is a projectile, it is a projectile, right. So, simply the motion of a body, the motion of the two-dimensional motion of a body, the two-dimensional motion of a body is called as projectile motion. The two-dimensional motion of a body is called as projectile motion, okay, that is right. Okay. See this here, the motion of a projectile may be thought of as the result of two separate simultaneously occurring components of motion, simultaneously occurring components of motion. So, what does it mean? The motion of a projectile may be thought of as the result of two separate simultaneously occurring components of motion. So, one is x component, another one is y component. One is x component, another one is y component, right. So, that is two components of motion, simultaneously occurring components of motion, right. The motion of a projectile may be thought of as the result of two separate simultaneously occurring components of motion, simultaneously occurring components of motion, okay, that is right. So, please be careful to this information, because it is very important for us to understand the motion of a projectile, which is two-dimensional motion, okay, right. See this, one component is along a horizontal direction without any acceleration and the other along the vertical direction with constant acceleration due to the force of gravity, due to the force of gravity. You know very well, gravitational force is acting in vertically downward direction, in vertically downward direction, okay. So, when gravitational force is acting in vertically downward direction, so when a body is in projectile motion, right. So, this gravitational force affects only the vertical component, right. It does not affect horizontal component. That is why here I have written clearly, one component is along a horizontal direction without any acceleration and the other is along the vertical direction with constant acceleration, with constant acceleration due to the force of gravity, due to the force of gravity. Okay, right. Next point. Suppose that the projectile is launched with velocity v naught. Suppose that the projectile is launched with velocity v naught that makes an angle theta naught with the x axis. Suppose that the projectile is launched with velocity v naught that makes an angle theta naught with the x axis. Okay, see here, right, this is. So, it is the starting point, right. We did not complete the entire projectile motion. I will show you in the next page, right. Here is the starting. So, it is called as angle of projection, angle of projection. So, what is angle of projection? The angle made by direction of initial velocity of a projectile. The angle made by direction of initial velocity of a projectile to the horizontal is called as angle of projection. Okay, right. So, it is what initial velocity, no, it is what initial velocity, right. So, initial velocity has horizontal component as well as vertical component, right. It is a horizontal component and it is a vertical component. So, it is theta naught, no, it is theta naught. When it is theta naught, it is v naught cos theta naught is the horizontal component of initial velocity, is a vertical component of initial velocity. Okay. So, as I already told you, there is no acceleration in horizontal direction, right. Acceleration is in vertical direction only. Okay. So, here that is the reason we have written A is equal to minus g into j cap. A is equal to minus g into j cap. Okay, right. So, see here, see here, okay, A is equal to minus g into j cap. So, if you come here, come back to our discussion here, suppose that the projectile is launched with velocity v naught that makes an angle theta naught with the x axis, right. Here one of the very important assumption, that is neglecting air resistance. So, throughout this discussion in this class, we are assuming that there is no air. So, we are neglecting the air resistance, we are not considering the air resistance. So, with this assumption, we are deriving all these things whatever we are discussing in this class. Okay, right. Next, after the object has been projected, acceleration acting on it is that due to gravity, right. Acceleration acting on it is due to gravity directed vertically downward, right. So, when the object has been projected, the acceleration due to gravity is acting in vertically downward direction. Okay, right. So, now you can see this how we are representing the acceleration. Just if you see this notation, you can easily understand, that is minus g into j cap. So, minus j cap means which is negative y axis, right. So, g is the acceleration due to gravity. So, A is equal to minus g into j cap, or Ax is equal to 0, comma Ay is equal to minus g, Ax is equal to 0, Ay is equal to minus g. These 2 points already I told you, but these two are the notations, because acceleration, the component of acceleration along, so there is no acceleration, simply you can say that acceleration is acting only in y axis. That is the reason we have written Ax is equal to 0, Ay is equal to minus g. So, you can write Ay is equal to minus g, otherwise you can write A is equal to minus g into j cap, okay, right. Similarly, components of initial velocity. Next, components of initial velocity, that is v naught x, right. So, v naught is the initial velocity. So, x component of initial velocity is v naught cos theta naught, and y component of initial velocity is v naught y, that is v naught sin theta naught, okay, right. So, this as I already told you. So, here if you observe carefully, x naught is equal to 0, y naught is equal to 0, x is equal to, right. So, it is the starting point 0 comma 0 like origin, right. X is equal to, so x means what? The distance travelled along x axis, the distance travelled along x axis. This is the expression for distance travelled along y axis. So, it is the horizontal distance travelled by a body, it is the vertical distance travelled by a body, right. So, actually the formula is distance is equal to speed into time, right. So, when we are talking about horizontal distance, we have to consider horizontal component of velocity, horizontal component of velocity, that is equal to v naught cos theta naught into t, v naught cos theta naught into t, right. It is equation 1 in our discussion. For our convenience, we are considering this as the equation 1, right. Next, the distance travelled along y axis. So, the vertical distance travelled by a projectile is equal to, actually this is second equation of motion, that is what, x is equal to v naught into t plus of a t square. One formula is there, no. So, this we discussed, the derivation of the second equation of motion also we discussed in the chapter of motion in a straight line, okay, right. So, here y is equal to v naught sin theta naught into t, because a is equal to minus g, no, a is equal to minus, that is why here minus came, of gt square. It is the second equation, right. So, it is the horizontal distance travelled by a projectile in t time, it is the vertical distance travelled by a projectile in t seconds or in t time, right. Next, the component of velocity at time t can be obtained, the component of velocity at time t can be obtained. So, it is what is the component of like displacement or the distance travelled. If you consider the only magnitude, you can say that it is the horizontal distance, it is the vertical distance. This is what velocity, okay. So, it is the velocity along x axis after certain time, it is the velocity along y axis after certain time t. Is the formula is the first equation of motion, v is equal to u plus at, otherwise v is equal to v naught plus at is the first kinematic equation, right. So, according to that equation, if you try to calculate the velocity of a projectile after certain time from origin, right, then it is v naught cos theta naught, because acceleration in x axis in horizontal direction is 0, no. So, then you are getting only this one, right. Next, velocity in y axis, velocity along y axis, okay, right, that is equal to, so same formula, that is what, v naught plus a into t, but here a is equal to minus 0, that is right. So, v naught means what here, the vertical component, the initial component of the vertical component of initial velocity is v naught sin theta naught, the horizontal component of initial velocity is v naught cos theta naught, that we have to keep in mind, right. So, remaining is minus g into t, right. Now, equation of path of a projectile, equation of path of a projectile. According to my explanation, it is very clear, the path of the projectile is 2 dimension. So, when projectile goes to there from here, it covered this much of distance along x axis, this much of distance along y axis, okay. So, that it is the combination of x and y, right. So, from these two equations, from equation 1, t is equal to x by v naught cos theta naught, you can write now, okay. So, this value you write in the second equation. So, by solving equation 1 and equation 2, we are getting this equation, that is y is equal to tan theta naught into x minus g by 2 v naught cos theta naught whole square into x square, okay. So, this is the expression we are getting, which is the expression for entire projectile motion, right. It is the expression only for horizontal distance, it is the expression only for vertical distance, but it is not like that. So, it is the resultant of these two equations, right. X is equal to v naught cos theta naught into t, y is equal to v naught sin theta naught into t minus 1 by 2 g t square, okay. So, I already told you, so from equation 1, t is equal to x by v naught cos theta naught, v naught cos theta naught, that value if you write in second equation, we will get this expression, right. That is y is equal to tan theta naught into x minus g by 2 v naught cos theta naught whole square into x square. It is equation 4. So, for our convenience, this is the equation number 4, right. And once if you go this picture also, it is it is necessary, but I already explained you the same thing will be here. See, theta naught to x component of initial velocity, y component of initial velocity. As time passes, if you observe carefully, as time passes, the horizontal component of velocity is not changing, because in that direction acceleration is 0. But if you observe carefully, the vertical component of velocity, so this is the vertical component of velocity, here vertical component of velocity is 0, again here vertical component of velocity is present, here vertical component of velocity. So, the vertical component of velocity decreases, then here it is 0, then again it is increasing, because acceleration is acting in vertical direction. In horizontal direction, there is no acceleration on a projectile. That is the reason there is no change in the magnitude of horizontal component of velocity. Here this one, this one, and this one, and this one, and finally this one. Okay, right. So, remaining terms x, these are all usual notations, right. So, v for velocity, x means x component, y means y component, that is. Okay. Here angle of projection is 0, because at this moment, at this instant of time, the direction of displacement of the direction of velocity is almost parallel to this x axis, right. That is why angle of projection is 0. But here again there is angle of projection, right. Angle of projection I already told you, angle made by a projectile to the direction of angle made by a direction of initial velocity of a projectile to the horizontal. Okay, right. Now we are going for time of maximum height. Time of maximum height. Okay, see here. So this is the expression already we know. This is from where? Here, from equation 3, right. Just in place of t we are writing Tm. Tm means the time taken by a projectile to reach maximum highest point from horizon. That's it. Okay, right. So if you substitute and write Tm as a subject, then it is v naught sin theta naught by g. It is called as it is the time taken by a projectile to reach maximum highest point from projected point. It is v naught sin theta naught by g. It is equation number 5. Next, if you put y is equal to 0, because when the projectile comes to this point, you can say that displacement is 0, no. So if you put y is equal to 0 in this equation, that is equation 2, then you will get time of flight, right. So here Tt will get cancelled, then finally Tf is equal to 2 v naught sin theta naught by g. It is the time of flight. Okay. So if you observe these two, time of flight and time taken to reach maximum height, which is double. So Tf is equal to 2 into Tm, right. Okay. Next, maximum height of a projectile, right. So maximum height is nothing but vertical distance travelled by a projectile. Vertical distance, maximum vertical distance travelled by a projectile. So here already we have formula, that is what, y is equal to v naught sin theta naught into t, right, minus 1 by 2 into gt square, right, equation second. In equation second you have to write this value, because we are calculating the distance from here to there now. So it is related to time taken to reach maximum height from projected point. So from this equation 5 and equation 2 you can get this one. So finally maximum height is the v naught sin square theta naught by 2g, that is the maximum height. That is also we can say that maximum vertical distance travelled by a projectile. Next, we are going to see horizontal range of a projectile, right. Horizontal range is nothing but horizontal distance travelled by a projectile. Okay. So here I already written clearly distance travelled during the time of flight, during the time of flight. Okay. So it is the time of what is time of flight? Time taken by a body to reach the the time taken by a projectile to reach the ground from projected points. So it is the projected point, this is the point where projectile touches the ground, right. So the time from here to like this and like this up to here. So it is called as time of flight. Okay, right. So distance travelled during the time of flight is simply called as range. Otherwise you can say that horizontal range of a projectile. Okay, right. So the formula is as usual formula, distance is equal to speed into time. Distance is equal to speed into time. Okay. So, already here the equation 1 indicates the same thing. Equation 1, x is equal to V naught cos theta naught into t, but here it is t is what? The same t here, time of flight, because it is, see the light ma. So, from here to here it is the range. So, when it comes from here to there like this. So, what is this? What is the time for this? It is the time of flight. So, that is we have to substitute this time of flight here, then finally we are getting the expression for range mathematically, that is V naught square sin 2 theta naught by g. V naught square sin 2 theta naught by g. So, V naught is the initial velocity of a projectile and sin 2 theta naught, right? Sin theta naught is the angle of projection. Otherwise, simply you can say that V naught sin theta is the vertical component of initial velocity. Okay, right. So, anyhow here trigonometry, one formula also we used, that is sin 2 theta naught is equal to 2 sin theta naught cos theta naught, 2 sin theta naught cos theta naught. Okay, right. See this information. For a given projection, velocity, comma V naught, velocity, that is what? V naught, r is maximum. When r is maximum? When sin 2 theta naught is maximum. Right? So, when sin 2 theta naught is maximum horizontal range, r maximum is equal to V naught square by g, r maximum is equal to V naught square by g, right. So, it is the maximum horizontal distance travelled by a body, which is simply called as range. Okay. So, this class is very important, because for NEET point of view and mains point of view, this topic is very important. Okay. So, if you want, you can go through the previous year NEET question papers, right. Otherwise, mains, JEE mains question papers. So, you can expect one question definitely from this topic, projectile motion. Okay. So, in this discussion, the major things are, we have to calculate, we have to remember what is the time taken by a projectile to reach maximum highest point from projected points. Second one, what is the time taken by a projectile to reach the ground from projected point, which is called as time of flight. Next, we have to calculate what is the maximum vertical distance travelled by a projectile. Right? That is V naught square sin square theta naught by 2g. Okay. Next, what is the horizontal distance travelled by a projectile? That is horizontal range of a projectile. Okay. That is this one, right. So, in our discussion, we found that the path, we derive an expression for a path of a projectile. So, if you observe this one, it is in the form of like y is equal to kx square. So, it indicates parabola. So, the path of a projectile is parabola. That is the first thing. Next, we derived an expression for time taken by a projectile to reach maximum height from projected point. Next, we derived an expression for time taken by a projectile to reach the ground from projected point onwards. Next, we derived an expression for maximum height of a projectile. Then we derived an expression for maximum horizontal distance, which is simply called as range of a projectile. Okay, right. So, next class we will continue with the next continued topic. Okay.